Dex, 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 Dex. No Dex, Dex.
Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.
Welcome back to another lane of destructive feedback on 6.2.4. Today we are taking on the left side lane, where we'll be taking on Bane, along with meeting the 3 6-star requirement to take the lane, and then a bunch of other nodes individually on each fight, and the total amount of fights here is 14 fights. And on the team we have Kingpin, Dr. Doom, Quake, and Bake. We have Dragon Man and Red Gobby Gob. So here we are boosting up to get ready for this match, because it's a lot of fights. Okay, here we are on our first fight. We've got Kingpin up against Yellow Jacket. Now bringing in the class advantage here, hoping that's going to actually give me an advantage. So we are getting that intercept right out of the gate. We go ahead and we dex that SP1 and return with our own SP1. Alright, got ourselves another dex on the SP1 there. Now we're already learning some lessons here by not staying too close, but he still kind of got me on the hangnail there. And that wasn't supposed to be a parry, but hey, if you can't make it challenging, why play at all? Okay, so we're keeping that distance. You usually don't want to finish your combos if he's got a loaded SP1. I know I just did that. But yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so I took that parry. That one was on purpose. There wasn't really a lot loaded in there. I just wanted to get the open hit. I'm going to back off. Always making sure I've got a full dash length space on that SP1. We're tossing off that SP1 on our end. We're going to back off and make sure that we clear the space. Now we just got to wait out the timer and we're done. Okay, on to the next. We've got Black Widow. Oh, I think you guys already know what's going on with this one. Caught her with the intercept, got her on the stun. She had a little bit of a slidey SP1 there, but I was still able to clear the space. There you go, that one didn't slide so much. I did take that 3% evade right there, so my bad. Okay, gonna try to keep some distance here until that destructive feedback is done so we can push her into the SP2 range. Here we go, launching off the SP3. And going for our full rotation. Gotta be careful with these, you never know when that 3% is gonna hit you. Okay, so the Incinerate didn't have enough time to do its job. Here are the... It's almost like one of these is not like the other. One of these dexes is not the same. Oh, here we go. We got Red Goblin in the house here, going up against Gamora. This is pre-buff Gamora, because I think I filmed this maybe about a month ago? 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there. So she's got a pretty standard length on her sword strike right there. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. So launching the SP1 off of a light attack and gaining that energize. I really love doing that. Building up power really fast, but you can also drop the heavy attack and you get that suppression, so you can push them up to their SP3 all day as long as that's running, and they will not hit SP3. Only by a hair, though. Okay, so here I'm trying to bait out her SP2. Got a full dash length, and she slides across the screen. That is my bad for not knowing that that would happen. Always got to be on your toes, man. Got to be on your toes. Got to be ready to launch that Dex. Otherwise, it's going to get read as block. You got to be a little bit before. It's all part of the reflexes, man. Got to reflex. Like Duran. Okay, so running in here. Moving free flow right now because we are outside of that destructive feedback timer. I want to work up to my SP2, but I don't think I'm going to make it in time. There we are. And we actually brought her down to SP1 from that SP2. And that's a wrap. Okay, we got Dragon Man in the house. Really like me some Dragon Man. Going up against Groot. I know, people are probably like, why don't you just wait out that timer? It's just so much better. I don't know. I'm very impatient. But don't worry. Destructive feedback will humble you right back down to waiting. You just wait. Okay, so we got that SP3 down here. And I rushed in to bait out that SP1, and it worked because I had Unstoppable and the destructive feedback timer wasn't on. So I launched the SP2, boom, boom. Now here I go for a light attack bait, or basically awaken bait, but I couldn't dex in time for whatever reason. I do that move a lot. Usually works. Could just been, you know, the models weren't compatible or something. I don't know. Just couldn't do it in time, or maybe I was just late. Okay, moving on. We brought Doom in here. That's a shame because I really wanted to use more of Dragon Man other than for 30 seconds. See, right there I took a blocked hit as well. So it's looking like either Groot is too fast for me, and I can't do a move and dex at the same time or something. All good. All good. Alright, here we're gonna launch that SP3 and finish this out. Hey, check it out. You see the health on Dr. Doom? Doom's holding out a 40, bro. Okay, it's 40. It's 40 health. No, trying to make this entertaining. Okay, so here we are at the Bane lane. The Bane lane. We got Debilitate here, so if he hits me off with any of those debuffs, they're going to last 100% longer. We've also got Power Reserve, so basically special attacks for both champions cost 50% less power, but that's not really a thing for Quake. Now, I have these playing fast because, you know, Quake play is Quake play, and I didn't want to bore you guys. But don't worry, I slow the speed down as soon as the craziness starts to happen. Okay, so this is part of being rusty. I wasn't watching the timer, my Aftershock timer, and if you don't watch that, it can throw off your rhythm. So the stun will come in and you'll let go of heavy, and on Bane, that is not a good thing. So right now, I've got to now manage Bane and make sure it stays on him, which makes this a lot more difficult. And then you have that. I can't even explain that, whatever that was. Okay, so we gave Quake a little bit of a potion, just one, because I figured I could survive. Let me not make the same mistake twice, but I think I am. There's a lot of nuance to Quake that I think I had forgotten. Did it again here. The stun caught me, let go of heavy by accident, and now I've got to deal with Bane. Luckily, the timers are almost in sync here, so we can at least get some good damage in here. The problem is he's eventually going to build up to SP1. But so far, we're not doing bad. Okay, now he's at SP1. I'm still holding on here, and went for my SP1. Yeah, I messed that part up. I completely messed up the timing. So I shall now take, that wasn't supposed to be a parry. Anyway, so on to Red Goblin. A lot of reds. Red Goblin in the house against Red Skull. Should be an easy finish. We've waited out the destructive feedback timer, just like I told you. You will get humbled into waiting. Okay, here we have Ms. Marvel against Dr. Doom. This should be a pretty easy fight at the end of the day. Boom, we get the knockdown. Boom, we get the other knockdown. Now we rush in to this part. I mean, she really... What I normally do is I rush in and I launch the SP1. But, I mean, she was up and doing her special way before. So, hey, my bad, right? Okay, so that's what happens when you take risky shots in the game. Okay, so we got our Kingpin here. We know what time it is. Now, on this lane, we've got Chaos and Buffet as well. So she's going to be regenerating every time I build up a buff. But it only works once, so I can still keep my my overpower, my rage, and all that other kind of stuff going on. Now, see right there, I didn't get the slide that you normally get. Like when you do a light attack within range, and you kind of have that slide of compensation. I didn't get it this time. I just stayed in place. And I took that punch to the face. Again, it's a risky move to try to light attack on Wake, so that is my fault. Yep, I couldn't get an opening, and Bane just took me out. Here I tried a two-piece intercept, just kind of messed that up. That was my bad. I misread the move, so that only works if they do a light attack first and then follow up with a medium. She did a medium first, I backed up and did a light, and then she just continued hitting me. Okay, here we go. We're going to make good on this. We've already lost, what, two top tier champs to a meme champ, so that's gonna be fun for the comments, right? Okay, there we go. Looks like we got somewhat of something going on here. If we could stop feeding her buffet here for a second. Oh yeah, we're also dealing with chaos, so special attacks cause random effects. But I'm sure you already saw that. Alright, now she's out. Okay, now for the Mother of Bane here. This is the linked node that provided Bane to all the previous fights. Let's go ahead and knock this one out. Alright, we are getting our SP1 here with the Energize. Bam. Push her into SP2, which is a lot safer than the SP1. Especially with destructive feedback. See how that first one sometimes clips you? You get that Dex Red is block type of thing. Okay, here, launching that SP3 off of the heavy attack. This is going to give us an aptitude, and that's going to power up our Fury when we launch the SP2 off of a medium attack, of course. There we go. I'm not even trying to return attack. She's loaded up with an SP3. Well, my SP3, not her SP3. Okay, so we're going to use that Energize while we still have it on a timer to help build us up to SP2. You know, I went for the SP1 instead. I don't know. Probably because I didn't feel like waiting and I thought that that would maybe take her out after the timer, but all good. We still took her out. Alright, we have Red Goblin up against Loki right here. As you can see, I did not return attack. It's very iffy returning attack on his SP1. He recovers really fast off of that, and it requires you to move a little far, so sometimes I don't trust it. Okay, got that SP2 out there. Got it with that intercept right there, right in the face. Okay, now we're in the safe zone for some parries. But right now, he doesn't look like he's wanting to give any. There we go. Alright, now we've got that suppression there. Launches that SP2 right away. Okay, we're making sure we're waiting out that destructive feedback timer. And there we go. We are launching our SP3. Now that one we launched off of the last hit, which was a medium, so now we have 2 Furies, so hopefully we can do enough damage to get this done within the timer. But he's being very passive. He's not giving me what I need. But right now we're in a very safe special right now, so the SP2, see, he tried to sneak in and reverse intercept me. I had just enough time to dex out of the way. Sneaky boy. Okay, so here he has a very deep dash here, so you can counter, but didn't work that time. But it worked this time, which is all fine. When I went back and looked at the footage, it looked like my light attack was read as a medium, I think. So it probably explains why that happened. I don't really know why that happened. But it won't happen again for the rest of the match. There we go. We interrupted that medium attack. Okay, we worked out that destructive feedback timer, and we baited out that SP1. Okay, got some suppression in there, making sure we keep him low. Okay, doing our same thing, launching SP3 from that heavy attack, gaining that aptitude, and just going for the full loop of reaching the SP2. Now here he also has an SP1, so I want to be careful. But he still ended up hitting me. So this kind of plays into the fear sometimes. You don't know if that special one is going to slide all the way over to you, so you actually dex even from a distance. It's kind of crazy. If you do the same thing, let me know down in the comments. But that fear is real. Especially loaded up with destructive feedback. Actually, not quite sure why that second dex didn't work. It just didn't work. Also not sure why that parry didn't work. But it's also 0 damage, so no harm, no foul. And he did a heavy attack after, which gave me the opening I wanted anyway. Bam! Right in the face. Playing a little bit of golf with my cane. Do you think Kingpin named it Michael? Then it'd be a Michael cane? Okay. All right, moving on here. We are finishing up this wonderfully long lane here. I don't even know what fight this is, but number 11, I think. Okay, so here we have Winter Soldier. Everyone's fought Winter Soldier a million times at least. Okay, waited out destructive feedback. Got no parries on that one. That's all good. We were able to counter anyway. Alright, got that parry. We don't want to push him to his SP2 though. It's very difficult to dex. And you definitely don't want to load him on that if there's destructive feedback going on. Okay, so SP1 off of a light attack, gaining that energize. And we are now baiting SP1. Can we get an SP1? Can I get one? SP1? Don't waste out my timer, man. Don't waste my timer. But you did. Very well played. There we go. Bam. Easy peasy. Okay, we're gonna need that SP1 out of the way. There we go. Now we're gonna take the full damage without loading up destructive feedback. And then, you know, I just wanted to feel what it felt like to maybe dex it for the first time. You know, that Winter Soldier SP1, you know, go back to the old days. So I just decided to, you know, not do it. And then this one, I decided to see what happened if you didn't block or do anything at all. So anyway, frustration factor is up. And we brought in KINGPIN here. This is my frustration voice after watching something I did like 3 weeks ago. Just imagine the frustration at the time. Anyway, we accidentally loaded him up to SP2. This could have ended up really, really badly, but it didn't. Okay, so obviously I had to do a team revive. I had a bunch of expiring revives, so you know, I wasn't that angry about it. It's gonna expire in like a day or two or something. So, team revive. Okay, Dr. Voodoo here. Doctor against Doctor. Do you concur? Doctor, do you concur? Sorry. I've been seeing clips of Catch Me If You Can lately. Anyway, okay. We're doing our normal thing here. Got the shocks and we got the stuns with the backhands, launching the SP3. I mean, there's a lot of fights. These are easy enough as long as everything kind of goes to plan. And that's a wrap. Okay, we are down to second to last, so this is fight number 13. So I figured I would bring Quake in here and just, you know, give this whole Bane thing another try. It's obvious I was not watching the timer. It caught me again 3 times in a row, the exact same thing. But even if it didn't catch me, they would have, you know, hit me anyway. So let's see how long this lasts at 4%. I honestly don't even know how that hit came through. Sometimes they just come on in. Okay, so Kingpin's pretty much going to take care of this. We really don't need Quake for this fight. It's pretty easy. He has a pretty long-lasting SP1 that you can really rotate around. So he took a little bit of Bane damage there. I probably shouldn't have launched that SP1. Probably should have backed off and waited. But it's relatively simple. So likely I won't be bringing Quake back. The frustration is just not worth it. Those sneaky hits that end up getting you at some point, just not worth it. So enjoy this fight right here. This is a very long fight. I wanted to bring someone different. I've already brought in Dr. Doom twice. So let's see how Dragon Man does here. Rotating the big boy versus the big boy. I don't know, I couldn't think of anything better to say. But I will say this. I think this fight, out of all the 14 fights that we had today, I think this was a fight I had the most control over. Like, I felt like I was actually in control of my own fight. So, it's long, but satisfying. Now, this was a tough battle. It was really difficult to try to keep him pinned up against the wall. Kingpin up against the wall. But anyway, it wasn't too hard to bait him out. He did have that little stretch there where he wasn't baiting anything. But this fight is done. Anyway, if you liked the video, and I hope that you did, all 14 fights that is, go ahead and click subscribe, like, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. Oh, OPTIMIST.
Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.